In this video, I'm going to teach you how to calculate the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. Now, in our case, we've got this matrix A. So the very first thing you have to understand is what we call the sign pattern of cofactors. We're going to dive deeper into cofactors in another video. But the sign pattern for a 3 by 3 matrix in our case is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. It means that when you are solving a 3 by 3 matrix and you're trying to find the determinant, you can use either the first row, the second row, or the third row, using them independently or one at a time. So in our case, we're going to stick with the first part. So we're going to say our first row will be positive, minus, positive, and we're going to use this to calculate the determinant. So I'm going to erase this so that we're able to understand exactly what we're doing. So the very first thing when calculating the determinant is, of course, write it in its determinant form. So we're going to say the determinant of A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. When we reach at this stage, now we say this will be our plus 1, this will be our minus 1, this will be our plus 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this 1 and look for its cofactors. So for the first part will be if I get this row where our 1 is here and cancel this part and also cancel the other part, you realize that what we're going to remain with is what is inside here. And that's what we're going to use for the first part. So I'm going to write 1, which is our 1 here, times, now this is a 2 by 2 matrix. For a 2 by 2 matrix is what we call the major diagonal and the minor diagonal. So for the major diagonal, we've got, for example, A, B, C, D. This is our major diagonal and this is our minor diagonal. So we're going to say major diagonal minus the minor diagonal. That's what we're going to do. So how do you do it? The major diagonal is simply multiply them, same as the minor diagonal. So in our case here, we've got 3 times 2. So we're going to say 3 times 2 minus 1 times 1. 1 times 1. This is the first part. You do the same with the second factor. Now remember, this is plus 1 minus 2 plus 3. So the next one will be minus 2. So I'm going to write minus 2. This negative that we have here, this is a method of calculating the determinant. So I'm going to erase this part so that you understand the next phase of how we actually go to our answer. So we have our second part, which is 2. So when I cancel out this row where our 2 is, and cancel out this column, you realize you're going to remain with this 2, this 1, this 3, and this 2. So I'm going to open the brackets and say 2 times 2, 2 times 2, minus 3 times 1, 3 times 1. Remember, these are our cofactors and we've made a 2 by 2 matrix. Then the last part, which we're going to remain with, is 3. And 3 takes up the positive figure, so it will be positive 3, open bracket. If we cancel out this row and where the column in which the 3 is, we're going to remain with this right here. So this will be 2 times 1, our major diagonal, minus 3 times 3, which is 3 times 3. Then we get to simplify. We first get to simplify the brackets. So I'm going to write 1 here, open bracket, 3 times 2 is 6, minus 1 times 1 is 1, then minus 2, 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 times 1 is 3, plus 3, open bracket, 2 times 1 is 2, minus 3 times 3 is 9. So we simplify further. 1 times the brackets breaks out the brackets, and it's the same thing that we're going to find in the brackets, which is 6 minus 1, which is 5. So this would be 5 minus 2, 4 minus 3 is 1, and 1 times 2 will give us our 2 right here. then at the end plus 2 minus 9 is negative 7. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. So we're going to have negative 21. So to simplify this, 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 21 is negative 18. Hence, our determinant for this 3 by 3 matrix is negative 18. So remember, the very first thing is the sign pattern of cofactors. We're going to dive deeper into sign pattern of cofactors in another video, but that's the very first concept you have to understand. So here you put your positive, your minus, your positive, and then you break them down into its cofactors. So the first part, when you break down like that, you have this matrix right here. The second part, you break it down like that, you have these matrices here. There was the 2 by 2 matrix. Then the third part, of course, remaining with this part on the other hand. And that's how you find the determinant of 3 by 3 matrix. Thank you.